No, it's Inktober season. So last week I started a challenge called the 6-minute sketch challenge. It was simple. You do a 6-minute sketch for the next 100 days till the New Year's, and it was going really damn well. Like for the last week I did some good sketches. There were days where I went about doing just 6-minute doodles where I was drawing for an hour or so, and there were days where I was just doing 6-minute sketches. The point is for me to, I just need a sketch every single day. And the coolest thing about that is like the people who joined with me to do this challenge, because like there were more than 245 members who joined the Facebook group and who started posting consistently their 6-minute sketches on the group. And what's even more better than that was like people have messaged me and told me like they sat down to do a 6-minute sketch, but they ended up like drawing for an hour or so. And like that's cool, man. Like start small and build, bro. I don't know. So anyways, I was doing the challenge, then October came. You know what that means? It's time for Inktober. I wanted to do Inktober, but the thing was, hand was paining so badly that I was telling people that I'm gonna do Inktober, but I decided on the last day. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But something didn't feel right. Like there was a burning intuition inside me that was like telling me like, bro, do Inktober. And so I was like, cool, fine, intuition, heart, whatever that thing is, I'll do Inktober. So yeah, here we are. So what is Inktober for those who don't know? Let me explain. So take ink, take October, you put it together, you get Inktober. So Inktober is like a month-long art challenge where you do an ink drawing every single day for the 31 days of October, hence the name Inktober. And it was found by the amazing illustrator Mr. Jake Parker. He's got more shout-outs on this channel more literally than any other artist, so yeah, it's okay. So yeah, it started back in 2009 as a challenge for Jake Parker. Then it slowly evolved into this big, monstrous, biggest challenge on the internet that it is today. Literally right now, if you just go to the Instagram and look at the hashtag Inktober, there's like over 3 million posts under the hashtag Inktober. Like that's not counting like the other hashtags like Inktober 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011, 2010, 29. Yeah, it's 29. Yeah, like it is the biggest, one of the biggest art challenges on the internet. I can't miss it. Like how can I do it? I cannot miss it. I need to participate in Inktober. So yeah, that's what I did. I participated in Inktober. There came day one. So day one started out really well. I started the day off with my usual 6-minute sketch challenge as a warm-up, did some sketches in my sketchbook, went on Instagram and Behance and looked at some of my favorite artists for inspiration. Then I started doing my Inktober piece for the day. I had in mind to do this illustration / quote, like make an illustration with a quote on top of it, but weirdly, for some reason, I screwed up my first day Inktober drawing. It wasn't coming out well, the ink wasn't right, it was too long, I haven't used the brush pen in a while and it didn't feel right, the thing didn't come out well. I screwed up my first Inktober drawing. That's the moral of that rant. Yeah. Anyways, I went back in at night, then salvaged what I could from that illustration thing and then called it a day, man. Like, hey, there is always another day where you can keep trying. So yeah, then came day 2, which is today, October 2nd of 2017. Today, I'm going to do something different. I always loved comics, even though I've never read that many comics. I loved comics, like the ones you see on newspapers, like Peanuts and the Bill Watterson's one. What is that? How could I forget that? That's like the biggest popular comic on the freaking planet. Calvin and Hobbes, yeah. I loved those comics. I loved the inking, the illustration, the thingy, the things. But the thing is, I've never done any comics except for this little one I did back in the day. So I wanted to do a comic strip today. Comic strip that captures the situation that I went through yesterday. Oh my god, I'm so metaphysical. So basically, I'm doing a comic strip that happened yesterday, which I'm vlogging about right now, in which I'm doing a comic strip about the thing that happened yesterday. So yeah, we're doing a comic strip today. So I went with this 250 GSM sheet of paper, which is basically very thick, so it can handle good ink and some watercolors and things. I had some trouble flattening it. Do you know what's the hardest thing in the whole world is? Like unrolling a piece of paper and trying to flatten it after that thing being in a rolled state for like over a month. Yeah, that's the hardest thing. Yes. So anyways, I cut down a square sheet of paper because I wanted to do a square panel type comic strip which has 4 panels. So it's got like the first panel, the second panel, the third panel, and the fourth panel. And that was the storyline. The first step is always the usual step, which is the guidelines. Just take a piece of pencil. What do you mean? What? No. Take a pencil and just draw the characters that you want to see on screen. For this thing, I wanted some poses, meaning I want to capture some motion. So just like for the first panel, it goes like, hey, like that. So just try to capture that thing onto the panel. Then the next one is like drawing like that. So it's just like I try to enact the things that I want to draw physically, because that helps me understand where the hands are, where the heads are, where the stuff is, and all that stuff. So my plan for Inktober is very simple. The point of this whole Inktober thing is to do some inking. Some sort of inking, traditional, digital, whatever works for you, man. And I'm doing traditional work, and for me is I need to try different types of things: brush pens, ballpoint pens, paint pens. I got this new pen called the paint pen, like that. I didn't even know those things existed. Like paint pens, what does that mean? You put acrylic paint into it apparently and you just draw. It's a lot more fluid than, you know, traditional ink, I guess. And so yeah, I want to try some inking throughout this whole season of Inktober, and you know, come up with different stuff every single day. No, I'm not going to stick to any sort of thing for this thing, like I'm gonna do comics or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No. I am going to try different type of thing every single day. You know, comic, I may make a puppet tomorrow, or I may make a big ass freaking illustration using paint pens, which I just bought. And or you know, just try new things, try different things, try many projects inside these 30 days, and document this whole thing and put it on video. That is the only consistent thing that's gonna stay throughout the season of Inktober vlogging, which I'll be doing every single day. Oh my god, I've never done that before. But apparently, I guess I feel good when I do these things. I'm productive, I'm working. You know, whenever I just do this, I'm happy. Weirdly, I don't know why. So yeah. So the comic's done, and I know what you're thinking. Where are the speech bubbles? Because there are speech bubbles. The thing is, I'm not gonna put them on this panel. I have separately made speech bubbles. I've cut them out, put it on a piece of paper, like, you know, they pop out papers, and I'm gonna place them on top of this strip. So we're done with the day 2 of the Inktober thing. We're done with the day 2 thingy. So let me read you the comic strip, right? So this is how it goes. It's the first day of Inktober. Time to make an awesome first drawing. Few hours later. I suck. So this is comic. So yeah, okay.